Anonymous Watch Guy here with a full review video. Quick wrist check. We're in the A-11 Origin from Praesidus Watch Company. Very cool watch. Today I'm looking at the brand new release from Praesidus Watch Company. Unboxed this one on the channel here not too long ago. This is the A-11 Spec 2. This is another World War II style field watch, World War II inspired 1940s field watch from Praesidus Watch Company. And this comes in two different variants, this 40 millimeter version, as well as a 32 millimeter true to vintage style version. Praesidus Watch Company is really looking to bring back American watchmaking. This is assembled in the United States, and it also has an AmeriQuartz movement in it. So that is definitely very cool. Let's take a look at the specifications on this watch. Once again, this is a 40 millimeter watch. It is 47 millimeters, lug tip to lug tip. You do have a 20 millimeter lug opening. This leather strap does taper down to 18 millimeters. It is 12.5 millimeters thick. You do have a push-pull crown there at the 3 o'clock position that does give you 50 meters water resistance. It is unsigned. You do have a domed K1 mineral crystal there. Gorgeous double domed K1 mineral crystal. Gives you some really nice distortion on that dial. Always like a nice double domed crystal. This crystal also does have anti-reflective coating. It also has sapphire coating to help increase with some durability there. Always nice to see. Really beautiful, really well done crystal on this one. And as I mentioned previously, this does have a AmeriQuartz 6130 quartz movement in it. So this is an American-made quartz movement. Definitely like to see that as well. Really like the vintage appeal of this watch. You've got a really well done matte black dial there. And all of your printing is stark white. Gives you some really good legibility. Had a smudge on the crystal there. I wanted to wipe that off. But really good legibility on this one. Really easy to read at a glance. I like that white railroad style track, minute track around the side there. You've got your 10, 20, and on around to 60 minutes printed on as well. You've got all of your Arabics printed in that nice stark white print as well. You've got a sword style handset with kind of a reversed arrow there on the end as a counterbalance on the seconds hand. But just a clean dial presentation. Really like the layout of the dial. No text, no date, just a time only watch for a purpose. This is definitely a military style watch, a field style watch, a watch built for a purpose, and that purpose is to tell the time. A really well executed dial. Definitely like the overall look of it. I think it's really well done. I think that the double domed crystal adds to that vintage appeal to the watch as well. It is all 316L stainless steel. It does have a bead blasted finish except for the top of the lugs, which are done in high polish. So I like the contrast and finish there between the high polish on the top of the lugs and your all bead blasted case. I think it makes for a really interesting look. Definitely some contrast in the finishes is always nice. Also, your unsigned crown there also has some high polish on it as well. But overall, very nicely done watch, very nicely finished. The bead blasting is all done very well. Again, all 316L stainless steel. You do get drilled lugs for easy strap changes. And a 20 millimeter lug opening is going to give you a lot of strap options. There are several different straps that this comes on. I have the leather strap here. Really nicely done, really good feeling leather strap. I think the watch looks really good on this leather strap. You've got one fixed and one floating keeper. You've got just a stainless steel buckle unsigned. Again, keeping with kind of a vintage style of vibe to the watch. You do have your Praesidus branding on the back. Genuine leather. You do get quick release spring bars here also with the drilled lugs for really easy strap change. Get a screwed in case back that is radially brushed with some print and some specs on here, Praesidus type A-11, and then assembled in the USA and your AmeriQuartz movement. So definitely like to see the return of some quality American watchmaking. There were definitely a lot of great American watch companies back in the day. Elgin, Hamilton, to name a Ball out of Cleveland, Ohio. Just to name a few. There were many more. Illinois Watch Company, Waltham. Just all those manufacturers made great pocket watches mainly. And just a lot of great watchmaking history in the United States. And it's really cool to see Praesidus really picking up on a vintage American World War II field watch design and assembling those in the United States and using a U.S. movement. I think that's really awesome. Definitely like the watch. These come in at just over $200 US, $215 USD to be exact. They are available on the Praesidus website. I will leave a link in the description if you would like to purchase one of these watches. I do want to show you just a quick comparison here between this watch and the A-11 Origin that is part of my collection. They are a little bit different. Similar finishing on the watches, but the dial layout is what's different. I think the Origin has a little bit more of a vintage vibe with the cathedral style handset and kind of the faux Tina look. I think it looks a little more vintage. I think the Spec 2 has a little bit cleaner look and a little bit better legibility. And I honestly probably like the overall look of the Spec 2 a little bit better, but both are great watches. Definitely recommend checking out Praesidus Watch Company. Let's take a look at the lume on the watch, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. Here you can see the lume, and Praesidus did a really nice job on this one. You can see you've got a really healthy application of lume on all of your Arabics. Your handset glows very nicely as well. You also have a little bit of lume on the tip of your seconds hand. So really good lume on this one. Glows very good. I don't know if it's C3 or not, but you've got a really strong green glow. And the lume is definitely a strong point on this watch. It is very well done. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. You can see it wears very nicely. This leather strap is very comfortable. You're down the barrel shot there. Plenty of space on my wrist at 40 by 47. If you have a smaller wrist, this watch will work for you as well, but keep in mind that they do make the smaller 32 millimeter version. If you do have a small wrist and you like this watch, you can pick up that version, and I'm sure it will work great for you. But I really like this watch. I think Praesidus Watch Company did a really nice job with it. The Praesidus A-11 Spec 2. If you liked the video, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.